Hello everyone. So in this video, we can be seeing about how we can create a simple weekly task tracker in Notion that looks something like this. So you can open this week or you can open a week toggle like this and you can just see the tasks for each of the day. And you can just enter your own tasks and once you complete it, you can just click on the checkbox and it will be completed. So it's a relatively, it is kind of a simple one. So let's see how we can build this. And this button here automatically adds a new week. You don't have to create everything manually. You can just click this button here and it will automatically add the days for you. So let's see how we can build this thing. So first let's create a page for that and move this to that page. Let's move this to the new page. Let's create the pages here. So the first thing that we want to create is first we want to create the headings for each of the day. So let's create that. So we can use the heading block for that. So or we can just use the shortcut for the headings. You can just enter these two hashtag and we can just press a space and we'll be getting a heading like this and we can just select day for we can just add the heading for each of the day. So we can add one for each of the days. For example, for Monday we can just add something like and yep. So next we want some coloring for that. So let's add blue background. So now as you can see we have added one of the days. So next we have to add to-dos for each of the days. So let's add a to-do. So if you enter square brackets, open and close, and you press space, you will get a simple to do. And you can just enter your task here. So let's duplicate this. Now we have the to dos for that day. Now we want like these for 7 days, or we want these for every other days in the week. So let's just duplicate these. Now we have this. Now we want this in not a straight like simple list. We want this in a column. Like we want three columns or four columns for the first week and three columns for the next one. So let's add a column for these things. So let's move these tasks. And let's move that like that. And let's add this also to the column. Now as you can see, we have 3 days here. Now let's add some more days. Let's press Ctrl D and move this to this side, the column. And we can add, like we want three more of these things. So let's add three more of these. And we can just put that here. That helps. We can do that. Now as you can see, we have one for each of the days. So let's change the day names. Next is Thursday. Then we have Friday and Saturday. After you have Sunday. So that is. So you can just add for each of the day. The next thing what you want to do, the next thing we have to move all of these into a toggle called new week and so that we can just put that inside a button and you can just duplicate that. So let's create a toggle for that. And you can just move this into this toggle. So first let's give a name for this toggle. Let's call this new week. So let's put that in a heading. Then call this new week. By default, if you create a toggle, all of these things automatically moves inside. But for you, if it is not moving inside, you can just select this entire thing and you can just simply drag this into the toggle, something like that. And yeah, and you can get a toggle like that. Now we want to add a button so that we can add a new week for every week. You can just press a button and all of these things will be added automatically. So let's create a button for that. So inside the button, let's call this add new button, add new week, and let's add an icon. Let's add a plus icon for that. And in this button, we need to add an action. So the action is add or insert blocks in the page. So this you can select if it needs to add above or below or at the top of page or bottom of the page. You can just select that for, you can just leave that at the default, which is below the button. And you can just select this toggle here and you can just move this inside this place here. So now what happens is automatically, when you click this button, this block will be automatically duplicated under the button and you can just have that for every week. So you can just click on done here. So you can just open the tool and you can just click done here. And once you click done and you add, you can see that the toggle is automatically added and you can just see what are the tasks for the task for the 7 days or next week is added. And you can just change this new week heading to the current week or the date of the current week as you require, and you can just add for these days. And this how you can create the tasks days for each of the weeks, and you can just add new week and you can just keep managing the task like that. So this is a simple version of weekly task tracker. So hopefully you found this video helpful. So you can just also add the thing, and yeah, so yeah, hopefully you found this video helpful and you learned something in this video. Thank you for watching. See you next video.